Hey y'all, welcome back to the Rainbow Library. Today I'm bringing you a small haul from an independent publisher known as Microcosm Publishing. And I first found out about them when I went to a local independent bookstore and they had some of their zines and books. So I purchased a couple of them and then I started reading through them and I realized that they were putting out some really interesting stuff. So then I went and ordered this other bundle of 4 books online. They were nice enough to include a whole lot of extras in the box. So they included like all of these little advertisements for some of their upcoming and recently released things. And then they also included their catalog, which is huge. This is not even fully unfolded, but there's a brief glance at it. So I just think they're doing some really cool work, so I wanted to highlight them. This is not sponsored in any way. I'm not big enough to be sponsored by anyone yet. But anyway, so I'll go ahead and start off with the one that I got at a local shop first. So this is called True Trans Bike Rebel, and this is edited by Lydia Rogue with Ellie Blue. So I don't know a whole lot about this. They had several of these on the shelf from Microcosm. They were like at the intersection of like bicycling and feminism, which is a really interesting niche, which I had never thought about before. But this is apparently a series of anthologies, which seem to be mostly edited by Lydia Rogue, if not entirely. Let's see, since 2010, Taking the Lane is a feminist bicycle zine. Find past issues and contribute to future ones at takingthelane.com. So this seems to be more of a non-fiction based anthology than some of the other ones. Some of them were like sci-fi, fantasy, things like that. So I thought it looked really interesting, and so I went ahead and purchased this one. These are the 4 that I got in the online bundle. So first we have The Aftermath of Forever, How I Loved and Lost and Found Myself, The Mixtape Diaries, which is by Natalie Chilores. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But this one looked pretty interesting to me. It says, it's a memoir that chronicles the romantic coming of age of a woman in her 20s experiencing dating in the San Francisco Bay Area. And she's kind of included like a little playlist to go with each story of a dating encounter. So I thought that looked interesting, and I wanted to check this one out. Then we've got Slip of the Tongue, Talking About Language by Katie Heigl. Slip of the Tongue explores a wide range of topics in linguistics through reflecting on the author's life and surroundings. Author Katie Heigl makes sense of the world around her by looking at the ways we use language, to communicate, to make art, and simply to survive. Next we've got Psychotherapy, Grief and Healing on 2 Wheels, edited by Ellie Blue and Annika Ledlow. So this seems to be in a similar vein as the first one that I showed you guys, where it's just kind of like an anthology of people talking about like women and queer people specifically talking about why they enjoy cycling and how it helps them kind of heal and deal with their emotions and their past and things like that. And last but not least, we've got Crate Digger, An Obsession with Punk Records by Bob Surin. And this says, a small-town teenager discovers punk rock through a loaned mixtape, and it slowly takes over all aspects of his life. His new passion causes him to form a band, track down out-of-print records that he loves and begin to reissue them, open a record store, begin a record distribution operation, and befriend all manner of punk human luminaries along the way. Slowly, his life's pursuit pushes him to the point of personal ruination, ultimately redemption. I'm always interested in reading people's stories when they get into like a niche community or a niche interest. So this one was appealing to me in that way. And also I might find some new music to enjoy in there. So those were the 5 books that I got from Microcosm Press. I also have a couple zines, but I've already gone and donated them to a local zine collection now that I've read them. So I don't have those to show you guys, but you should definitely take a look at their website. Their books and their zines are really interesting, and they're just putting out a lot of content that you wouldn't necessarily get from a larger non-independent publisher. So that's all I've got for today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Michael F. Myers, and I think that's going to do it. So thank you and goodbye.